The story of the Mogollon people is a fascinating journey through time, spanning over a millennium of human ingenuity, adaptation, and cultural evolution in the harsh yet beautiful landscapes of the American Southwest. Emerging around 200 CE, the Mogollon were one of the major prehistoric cultures of the region, known for their unique pottery, intricate pit houses, and advanced agricultural techniques. Their civilization thrived in what is now New Mexico, Arizona, and northern Mexico, leaving behind a rich legacy that continues to intrigue archaeologists and historians today. Understanding the Mogollon provides valuable insights into the resilience and creativity of ancient societies in adapting to their environment. From approximately 200 AD to 1450 AD, these remarkable people created a civilization that flourished in the mountainous regions of what are now southeastern Arizona, southern New Mexico, and parts of northern Mexico. The name Mogollon comes from the Mogollon Mountains in New Mexico, which were themselves named after Don Juan Ignacio Flores Mogollon, a Spanish governor of New Mexico in the early 18th century. However, the people we call Mogollon predated this naming by over 1,000 years. The Mogollon culture emerged from the earlier Cochise culture, with additional influences from other regions. They inhabited a diverse landscape that included everything from desert basins to pine-covered mountains, adapting their lifestyle to these varied environments. This adaptability would become a hallmark of Mogollon culture throughout its existence. Early Mogollon pottery is notable for its intricate designs, reflecting their artistic skills and cultural practices. They also had unique burial customs, often burying their dead with pottery and tools. Social gatherings and religious ceremonies played a significant role in Mogollon society. They engaged in trade with neighboring cultures, exchanging goods and ideas. Notable figures in Mogollon history include community leaders who oversaw agricultural practices and the construction of communal structures, ensuring the survival and prosperity of their people. In the early period from about 200 AD to 650 AD, the Mogollon lived in small villages of circular pit houses. These structures were built by digging shallow pits and covering them with a roof of wood and mud. The floors of these houses were anywhere from 10 to 40 inches below ground level, providing natural insulation against the extreme temperatures of the Southwest. Entrance to these early homes was typically through tunnels, a design that helped regulate temperature and provided protection. During this early period, the Mogollon were primarily hunter-gatherers, though they were beginning to experiment with agriculture. They foraged for wild seeds, roots, and nuts, and hunted small game like rabbits and lizards, using nets and snares. It was during this time that the Mogollon began making pottery, a craft they would refine and elevate to an art form over the centuries. Their diet consisted of a variety of wild plants and small game, supplemented by the early cultivation of crops like maize and beans. Socially, the Mogollon lived in close-knit communities where cooperation and sharing were essential for survival. Elders played a crucial role in passing down knowledge and traditions, ensuring the continuity of their cultural practices. As we move into the later periods, from about 650 AD to 1000 AD, we see significant changes in Mogollon society. Agriculture became increasingly important, with corn, beans, and squash forming the staples of their diet. The Mogollon developed sophisticated irrigation systems to support their crops in the arid climate. They also began hunting larger game, such as deer, supplementing their agricultural diet with wild meat. The architecture of the Mogollon also evolved during this period. Pit houses became larger and more complex, often rectangular in shape. By around 1000 AD, the Mogollon began building above-ground pueblos, multi-room structures made of stone and adobe. These pueblos could be quite large, sometimes containing 40 to 50 rooms, arranged around a central plaza. Pottery also saw significant advancements, with intricate designs and improved techniques. Trade networks expanded, allowing the Mogollon to exchange goods with neighboring cultures. Religious and ceremonial practices became more elaborate, reflecting the complexity of their society. Social structures grew more defined, with clear roles and hierarchies within the community. One of the most remarkable aspects of Mogollon culture was their pottery, particularly the style developed by the Mimbres branch of the Mogollon. Mimbres pottery, produced from about 1000 AD to 1150 AD, is renowned for its intricate black-on-white designs. These bowls often depicted geometric patterns, animals, and human figures, sometimes in scenes that appear to tell stories. The skill and artistry displayed in these ceramics have made them highly prized by collectors in museums around the world. Beyond their aesthetic appeal, Mimbres pottery was also functional, used in daily life for storage, cooking, and ceremonial purposes. The designs on the pottery often held symbolic meanings, reflecting the spiritual beliefs and social practices of the Mogollon people. Through these artistic expressions, we gain insights into the daily lives, rituals, and cosmology of the Mogollon culture, making Mimbres pottery a valuable window into their world. The Mogollon were not an isolated culture. They traded and interacted with other peoples of the Southwest, including the ancestral Pueblo, formerly known as Anasazi, to the north and the Hohokam to the west. This interaction led to exchanges of ideas and technologies. For example, the Mogollon adopted the idea of above-ground pueblos from their northern neighbors. Pottery styles were also influenced, with Mogollon ceramics showing similarities to both ancestral Pueblo and Hohokam designs. Agricultural techniques were shared, enhancing the Mogollon's farming practices through advanced irrigation methods learned from the Hohokam. Religious and ceremonial practices were also impacted, as the Mogollon incorporated elements from their neighbors into their own spiritual traditions. These interactions not only enriched the Mogollon culture, but also strengthened trade networks across the region, facilitating the flow of goods and ideas. One of the most impressive examples of Mogollon architecture can be seen at the Gila Cliff dwellings in New Mexico. Built in the late 13th century, these dwellings consist of several caves containing about 40 rooms. The caves provided natural shelter, while the built structures within them offered protection from both the elements and potential enemies. Constructed using stone and mortar, the rooms were carefully designed to maximize space and efficiency. These dwellings served as both homes and communal spaces, reflecting the Mogollon's sophisticated social structure and daily life. The Gila Cliff dwellings offer invaluable insights into the Mogollon way of life, showcasing their adaptability and ingenuity in a challenging environment. Despite their remarkable achievements, the Mogollon culture began to decline in the 14th and 15th centuries. The reasons for this decline are not entirely clear, but likely included factors such as prolonged drought, depletion of resources, and possibly conflict with other groups. Some theories suggest that environmental changes made agriculture unsustainable, leading to food shortages and migration. Others propose that social and political upheaval within the Mogollon society contributed to their decline. By about 1450 AD, most Mogollon sites had been abandoned. However, their legacy endures in the region. The Mogollon left behind a rich cultural heritage, influencing the art, architecture, and traditions of subsequent indigenous groups in the Southwest. The legacy of the Mogollon, however, lives on. Many archaeologists believe that the modern Pueblo peoples, such as the Zuni and Hopi, are descendants of the Mogollon and other ancient southwestern cultures. The beautiful pottery, the innovative architecture, and the sustainable agricultural practices of the Mogollon continue to inspire and inform us today. As we stand here in 2025, looking back at the achievements of the Mogollon, we are reminded of the ingenuity and resilience of the human spirit. Their story is one of adaptation to a challenging environment, of artistic expression, and of the development of complex societies in seemingly inhospitable lands. The Mogollon left no written records, yet their voice echoes through time in the silent stones of their dwellings, in the intricate designs of their pottery, and in the living traditions of their descendants. As we explore sites like Gila Cliff dwellings or marvel at Mimbre's pottery in museums, we are not just witnessing relics of the past, but touching the very foundations of southwestern Native American culture. Today, the legacy of the Mogollon is preserved and celebrated through various means. Modern Pueblo artists continue to create pottery inspired by ancient designs, keeping the artistic traditions alive. Cultural festivals and community gatherings often feature traditional dances and ceremonies that honor their Mogollon ancestors. Educational programs and workshops in schools and museums help to teach new generations about the rich history and contributions of the Mogollon people. Efforts to preserve archaeological sites and restore ancient structures ensure that the physical remnants of the Mogollon culture are protected for future generations. Oral histories and storytelling sessions allow modern Pueblo people to share the stories and wisdom passed down through generations, keeping the Mogollon spirit alive in the hearts and minds of their descendants. In conclusion, the story of the Mogollon is far from over. Modern archaeological techniques continue to uncover new insights into their way of life, while Native American voices bring new perspectives to the interpretation of their ancestors' legacy. The Mogollon civilization, known for their impressive cliff dwellings and intricate pottery, thrived for over 1,000 years through cooperation, innovation, and harmony with their environment. They developed advanced agricultural techniques, built complex communities, and created art that continues to inspire. Their achievements in architecture, agriculture, and art are a testament to their ingenuity and resilience. The Mogollon remind us that cultures can flourish in the most challenging of circumstances, that art can emerge from the most basic materials, and that the human spirit can create beauty and meaning even in the harshest of landscapes. Their legacy is not just a story of the past, but a beacon for our future. Follow Adventure Seeker's Paradise for more incredible journeys into the depths of human history and culture.